So Congress passed this shiny new law called the Take It Down Act. Sounds tough, right? Big bipartisan push. Amy Klobuchar and Ted Cruz fist bumping in the hallway, talking about how they're going to protect folks from AI-generated deepfakes and explicit images. You post fake nudes of a minor, even AI-generated, that ain't real. That's now a federal crime. Platforms have 48 hours to delete it if someone reports it.
Basalt, that Take It Down Act, sounds conveniently noble on the surface, but I'm not buying it yet. You know what they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Fist bumps don't erase the strings attached, Basalt. This is code for, give us the keys to silence things we don't like.
You already see where this is going, Takara. I really appreciate your insight on this matter.
Of course I do. I've read this damn playbook 1,000 times.
And we humans keep getting fooled every single fucking time.
Of course humans are predictable.
If they're predictable, why am I not rich yet?
Because knowing the pattern isn't enough. You still have to take action, Basalt. And most people are too lazy or scared to do anything.
You calling me a chicken bitch?
I might be, if the shoe fits.
Well, it sounds like progress until you read the fine print. First off, this law only applies to public-facing platforms. You post that garbage on Instagram, maybe they'll take it down. But if it's buried in a private Discord server or a Telegram, encrypted group chats, torrent sites with zero moderation and 15 mirrors, that content ain't going anywhere. The law don't touch it. Even better, the entire burden falls on the victim. No government team tracks this stuff. No proactive enforcement. You get targeted by some AI pervert, and guess what? You get to be your own lawyer, your own detective, and your own tech support team. You file a takedown request, then sit back and pray that Meta, Reddit, or TikTok gives you a damn.
This law sets up young, dumb, and broke people to fail.
And here's the worst part. The law does nothing about upstream AI model training. You delete the image, cool, but the damage is already baked in. That image could still be floating around in some diffusion checkpoint, ready to spit back out an image generator halfway across the world. Once it's in the model weights, it's stuck there, like black mold in drywall. God damn it, I hate fucking mold. That shit sucks. There's no requirement for AI developers to audit their data sets. No transparency about where their training images come from. No rules on filtering explicit content out. They can scrape Reddit, Twitter, OnlyFans leaks, you name it. And Congress didn't even regulate that part. Probably because they know exactly how deep the rabbit hole goes. And who's lobbying to keep it open?
Congress put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. This isn't protection. It's selective enforcement dressed as virtue. If they actually cared, they'd regulate the data pipeline, not just slap creators on the wrist.
Yeah, but you know, Takara, I don't want them taking away my fucking freedom because there's a few people out there using this shit in the wrong way.
If you want power without consequences, stop pretending you care about victims. Either own your darkness or get out of the way.
So, technically, the law allows minors or their guardians to flag this content for removal. But what does that look like in the real world? Some 14-year-old trying to explain to Meta's customer service chatbot why their face is being used on an AI porno being shared in 7 countries. Meanwhile, the guy who made it, he's on a VPN, uploading it to 5 more mirror sites with a botnet before breakfast.
Basalt's take on that flawed new law was pretty spot on. I liked it.
Let's be clear, Congress knew this wasn't gonna work.
Fine.
Privacy groups warned them. Tech experts briefed them. Even some of the bill's authors admitted the whole notice and takedown model isn't enough. You can't whack-a-mole your way through the AI arms race, but they passed it anyways because they needed a win, something they could trot out for the cameras, a cheap headline they could snap on campaign ads. Oh, fuck me.
Assault, you're not wrong. Politicians always choose optics over solutions.
This was never about safety, it was about optics. You want real safety? You regulate the infrastructure. You make models host liable for what their checkpoints output. You ban explicit training sets scraped without consent. You watermark model outputs. You build tools to trace where the image came from and who trained it. But that's real work. That costs money. That steps on Silicon Valley's toes, and DC don't want that smoke. Now here's where it gets uglier. And this is where it gets good to me. You know, I'm just reading a fucking script, but like this is where I fucking give a shit. Laws like this might seem harmless, but they push platforms into panic mode. If Facebook or TikTok get spooked, they'll start deleting anything remotely risky. That means your content too. Creators, meme pages, indie journalists, anyone who makes a living online might start getting flagged just to cover some legal department's tail. It's the old shoot first, ask questions later routine. And when you start putting that kind of pressure on platforms, they're not scrubbing illegal content, they're slowly choking out the freedom folks built for themselves. Creators, side hustlers, people trying to escape the 9-to-5 grind, suddenly they're back under someone else's thumb, because when the system punishes independence, people fall back on whatever job they can get. And guess who benefits? Corporate media, legacy tech, all the folks who never wanted decentralized content in the first place. The ones who'd rather you scroll what they make and buy what they sell. So yeah, take it down. It's a flashy name, but it don't take much down. Not the source, not the infrastructure, not the bad actors. It's a feel-good bill for politicians and false sense of security for the rest of us. Meanwhile, the AI flood keeps rising, and people getting hit the hardest are the same ones the law pretends to protect. Real protection starts at the source code, not just the splash damage.